Hey everybody, it's Carmen with Family Handyman, and today we are talking drills, drills, drills. Did you know that the drill is the #1 tool purchased in the United States? That means it's got to be the #1 tool used in homes and construction projects. So today, I'm going to show you how it works. For any tool, in order to work a tool, you have to know how a tool works. How do you do that? By knowing all the different parts and features. So I'm going to give you an overview, then we're going to come back and drill into masonry, wood, and metal. So starting out, the most common part is this is the handle. It's the grip. Always want to make sure that your thumb and your middle finger cross for a nice grip. Attached to the handle right here for easy access is your forward and backwards. If you put it right in the middle, it locks it. So you go forward, backwards, and right in the middle locks it. We have at the bottom the batteries. There are different sizes of batteries with different voltage. And based on the thickness of the battery, it's actually going to hold more or less energy. The higher the volt, the more force that the drill is going to have. We're going to move up from there. You'll notice that all drills also have a light. When you hit the trigger, it lights up right where you're going to be doing your work. Moving up from that, looking at the top of the drill, this is called a chuck, and it's actually the parts that hold the drill bit. Most drill chucks has 3 teeth, so that you've got nice even distribution with that grip. Now here's a really cool universal tip that most people have no idea. When you close the chuck like this, and you're going to turn it back once, that locks it so that it doesn't, while you're using it, open up and lose your bit. Moving back from the chuck, at the top, this is kind of like a gear selector in a car. You're going to go with speed 1 is a slower speed. And as you go up, it's going to have more speed and more force. The one all the way at the very end that most people don't know, this little drill tip symbol right here, is for when you're going to screw into or drill into studs. It gives the drill the most power, which sometimes you need. Then you've got here a little gear selector. That is, consider it like a clutch in a car. You need to press the clutch, decide which speed you want to go to, and then go into the speed over here as if you were driving the car. So there you have it. Those are all of the parts to a drill. You want to work the tool, you got to know how a tool works. So to continue that concept, we're going to move on to the drill bits. Now, above and beyond the drill, all of its functions and features, the other most important thing is the drill bits. You always want to marry the type of bit to the type of material you're going to use. So for example, I have a wood bit with a pre-drill bit that I would use on wood. Then I have a metal bit with a deboring bit that I would use with metal. With metal, I'm also going to want to lubricate it with oil. And lastly, I have a masonry bit, which is really easy to detect because it has almost like a flared tip at the top. And that we would use on cement. And then with anything that's masonry, you want to put a little bit of water that keeps the drill bit cool and it prevents powder from coming up in the air. So there you have it. Let's put all that together, apply the science, and actually drill some holes in all of these materials. So for wood, I'm going to start out by showing you drill bit with a countersink tapered top. Now it's tapered for size, And then if you look at the tip right here, it also has a cutting tool, but it's tapered, and that is to fit the actual size of a screw head if you want to countersink, which means that you want the screw to end up below the surface. And the other one is a bit dedicated to wood for a nice clean hole. And here's a little trick for metal. Use a little punch, actually create a little divot. My drill tip will actually fit in there and it won't slide around. Just a drop, that's all we need. Start a little bit at a time and then go full force. So now I have a tapered tip. I want to just debore and give it a little bit of a hole, and we'll put it right in the hole. Go in a circular motion, and now I have a tapered top for a tapered screw. All right, so we've got a little mark. Gonna just put a little bit of water, doesn't take much. There it goes. And there you have a pretty nice hole. So there you have it, America's most purchased tool. Now here's my last and final secret to the drill. Start slow, use both hands, and work up to the speed. You don't want to rip into something and lose control. If you're in control, you know how the tool works, the tool is going to work for you. So for this and more, visit us at familyhandyman.com, and we'll see you next time.